Hi everyone, how are you? It's going to be a good video. This is a follow-up video to my video of how to choose a domain name, and this video is going to be how to choose a business name. Alright, so you actually have two business names. There's the business name that when you register with the state or whatever, you have that business name. But you don't have to use that business name. Your business name can be like a brand, right? Like my business name, the thing that I registered with the state is not what I use, and I use like Problemio. My sites are problemio.com, and I call them the Problemio apps, but Problemio is not the name that I use with the state. So you can use a different name with the state. That's not really important. What's important is how you choose the name that faces with your clients, because that's really, your clients, they are the lifeline of your, without them, there's no business, right? So everything is for the clients. So this video is going to be about really how to choose the name for your clients. Now, it's very similar, many things are very similar to how to choose a domain name, because same principles apply. You want them to remember your name. You want them to be able to spell it, right? Because a lot of the time they're going to go online. So your domain name has to be the same as your business name, the ones that you use, and it has to be the same on Twitter and on other social networks. So number one, you may want to get a trademark, or at least look into whether you're using somebody else's trademark with your name, right? So if your name is already trademarked, don't choose that name, because you might, or at least consult with a lawyer about how to best proceed. And you want to sort of, I don't want to give legal advice. I don't give legal advice on the app. I always point people to talk to a lawyer, but in general, you do want to take a look at whether your name is encroaching on a different trademark. And you may want to trademark your name if it doesn't, because then it will give you that kind of long-term protection that nobody can use that name. So, and if somebody else has that trademark, they can tell you to change the name. It's their trademark. So you want to be careful of that. And of course, as I mentioned, you want to have your name easy to remember, easy to spell, short, not short like one or two letters, but like one or two quick words. It has to roll off the tongue very easily, because you're going to be saying that name every day to everybody, right? I'm the founder of so-and-so. I'm the founder of Problemio. Problemio is not the easiest, actually, word to say and pronounce, because many people are like, how do you say this? Problemio? Problemo? People get confused, Sometimes people make fun of this name because it's like, Arnold Schwarzenegger, like, no Problemio. If you saw that movie of his. People make fun. So I kind of didn't get that quite right. So as you see, it's not easy to always get it right. Even if you know the rules, it's hard to combine the domain name that's available with the name, with all the criteria. There's always going to be something missing, because if the name is so amazing and great, usually it's probably taken, the URL for it is probably taken, and you want to match the name with the URL. But very importantly, what you want to do is, long term, this name is going to represent your brand. Whenever people are going to think of your business, they're going to think of the name, the brand. And that's going to be part of your marketing throughout your entire company's existence. So it's very important. You don't want to get too specific. Like, I didn't name my business apps, right? Because what if I decide to have a website, or what if I decide to, whatever, different apps or something else, right? So you don't want to make it too specific, because once you change business strategy a little bit, your name it doesn't make sense anymore. So you want to have something like abstract, but not so abstract that people don't get it. And this is subjective, and it's actually tricky and difficult. So, like, it's easy to follow a rule, like, hey, don't make it too long, but how do you make it abstract but not too abstract, so people get it, and what percentage of people will get it? So it's actually tricky. It's very tricky. So you want to spend some time on it, because your name is going to be there for the duration of your company. So you don't want to rush into it. You want to spend some time, go through, make maybe 50, usually people do make almost 50 or more variations, because for most of them the domain will be taken already. For the other ones, it just won't be right. It will be so many issues. So even out of So you gotta really go through many kind of variations, and then it's never gonna be perfect, you know. But the brand is very important. You want to, you know, and if you can have something flashy or something that stands out, it's even better, because it will make your business more memorable. Now, I don't even know that I got that part right with Problemio, because it's kind of like problem, Problemio, problem. People get a little bit curious, what the heck? So maybe I got that part slightly right on my name, I don't know. Maybe you can actually comment. It would be actually really fun if you commented and tell me what I missed and what I got right, and what you think of my domain name and the name that I use for the apps, the Problemio apps. You know, I feel like it's kind of fun, like Problemio, but maybe it's a little negative. I don't know. You tell me. So that's kind of it. Actually, I have some notes here for just to make sure I don't forget anything in terms of naming your business. But I think you guys got it. I mean, those are the most important criteria. Trying to think of other things. I think if you can get a domain name with the company name that's available for cheaply, it's easy to spell, easy to remember, but not exactly like too specific, I think you're good. I think you're in good shape. There's other criteria, you know, like I mentioned, you want to be flashy, but some businesses, they don't want to be flashy. Like if your business depends on credibility, like if you're in health or if you're in finance, you don't want to be flashy. You maybe just want to preserve your reputation, and so you want to kind of sacrifice some of the flashy pieces, but you want to sort of stay reputable, have a serious kind of name. Some people talk about, like, you can try, you know, like make wordplay on something else, kind of like I did with Problemio. Like Problemio is a wordplay on what problem is your business solving, but nobody gets that, and I think it's a little bit, if you can get it right, it's really cute and people will remember it. But I wouldn't, you know, also don't use like numbers, and don't, you know, it's rare that people use numbers successfully. Don't use like numbers or punctuation or things like hyphens or things like that, you know. So also another thing that people have been doing, like the copycat business names. So if you have Facebook and then there's like face not book, or like face friend or something, face. First of all, they might start fighting you on the trademark. Second, you know, like yeah, it can work, but what happens? What if something happens to that company which you mimicked? I mean, then what's gonna happen to your name? You know, like if that company changes brand or perception or goes out of business, like you're gonna be stuck with the name. But there's a lot of it. There's like Pinterest right now is very common, is very popular. So there's a lot of like pin this, pin that, a lot of names, and I don't know. I think you gotta establish your own brand in a way. So I would stay clear of those types of names. Let's see what else I have notes here. Right. Another thing that I have here is, in similar vein as don't be a copycat, it's also like don't go after popular trends. So if something is really popular right now, it may not be popular in a year, and so that domain name, it will just look stale, or the business name, it will just look stale and old because it plays on something that was already in the past, right? Not relevant anymore. So yeah, those are good criteria. I think we'll stop there. I think I'm kind of getting to like less important parts of naming your name, of naming your business. So that's it. I hope that was insightful. I hope it gave you some pointers. If it did, and you want to get more of this kind of videos, please subscribe to my channel, and of course, please take a look at my mobile apps that I created. They cover business ideas, business planning, marketing, and fundraising, and they're available on iOS, Kindle, Android, Nook, or you can just go to problemio.com and check them out there. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.